Broadcasting live from Houston, from the space city to the world. You are watching Now Media Television.
Welcome to Your Personal Real Estate. I'm your host, Michelle Briggs. If you're just tuning in, thank you for being here. And on each week, this show, we will be exploring many different real estate markets, how they affect buyers, sellers, investors alike. We will look at current trends in housing prices, explore ways to increase property value, discuss financing options for home buyers, and more. Whether you're just starting out as a new buyer, a luxury property homeowner, or an experienced investor looking for new opportunities, this show is sure to give you valuable insight into the world of real estate. So let's get started. Recently, Forbes Advisor published an article with predictions for the housing market in 2023. I'm an optimist and feel strongly that we are going to make it through what is happening today in our housing market because homeownership matters. Portion of the Forbes article states, yet even as home prices appear to be coming back to earth after a meteoric rise over the past couple of years, high interest rates coupled with appreciated home values still make it difficult for many prospective buyers to access affordable housing. The median existing home sales price was up 1.3% to $359,000 in January compared to a year ago, according to the National Association of Realtors. Though this is the 131st consecutive month of year-over-year price increases. It's a record streak. The increase was at a slower pace compared to December. Month over month, existing home sales prices continue their downward trend. Again, Robert Frick, he's a corporate economist for Navy Federal Credit Union, in an email statement said, while sales are still depressed from a year ago, this shows another crack in the housing market that should benefit potential home buyers, especially when mortgage rates drop. Now, that's a lot of information to read. However, we are looking at it nationally. I reviewed the weekly activity snapshot from the Houston Association of Realtors, within our immediate area, and our new listings, pending listings, as well as property showings have increased. In fact, our local showings are slightly ahead from 2022. So to me, that's a positive, right? It's positive for our local market. Within today's episode, we will be speaking with John Frales. He's a loan officer with the Kelso Group, that is NRL Mortgage, about what it looks like when applying for a new loan. Tim Bowman with Farmers Insurance about why insurance premiums are different and how to compare them effectively to make the right choice. We will be having also Austin Wendt with Surface Roofing. You want to really look at what are those most common roofing issues when you're looking for and when you're purchasing a home. Also, we're going to end the segment with Ali Quiroz. He is the owner of Quiroz Inspections and why the home inspection is so important when buying. We will be right back.
If you have the perfect health insurance plan and you don't want to save any money, you might want to stop listening now. However, if you are like the rest of us who know that the number one cause of bankruptcy is unexpected medical costs due to subpar coverage, you really want to listen closely. Even if you owe 20% of your medical costs for a large claim, like cancer or a bad accident, it will wipe out the wealth you've worked for your entire career. That's why when it comes to choosing health insurance, it's important to get the right coverage for you and your family. I'm April Clark with Clark Health Insurance. My mission and passion is to simplify the process for small business owners, families, and self-employed individuals. Protect your health and start saving money on your insurance today.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
The tax and bookkeeping team is key to any successful business. At Gunderson's Bookkeeping, our passion is to help small business owners grow, be profitable, and to prosper. We specialize in supporting small to mid-sized business owners who want to hire a full-time or even a part-time bookkeeper, but just do not have the funds. In addition, we free business owners from the tedious tasks of bookkeeping and help them focus on their business operations, their growth, and profitability. Gunderson's Bookkeeping is your business solutions partner offering a broad range of services to meet the needs of our clients. A profitable business needs accurate and reliable books, so take a strong step and call us today for your personal, no-risk consultation.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here with John Frells. Now, we call John Frells the mortgage guru, and he's a loan officer with NRL Mortgage, the Kelso Group. How are you doing today, John?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Well, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate you and who you are for us as realtors and in the mortgage business. So if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about you as well as NRL.
So NRL, so I've been in the business for, since 1992. And I had a mortgage company. I was a mortgage broker. And then after the mortgage crash in 2008, I decided to go into banking. And I've been with Chris Kelso for, 6 years now. Mm-hmm. And we're currently with the NRL Mortgage that's actually here in Houston on Augusta. So as you know, Michelle, I'm always saying that I'm like extremely local. Now we are actually hyper local because everything is literally done in our own town.
I love that about you, John, because you are a cell phone a call away, a text away, and you answer those questions on the odd days when we're out showing homes and we have a quick question regarding that pre-approval and maybe need to alter it because that happens right inside of our showings and offers. True. So looking at today's market, there's so much going on. What programs do you provide or what can you share with us today about one thing that you're seeing that's really working with the buyers today?
Well, the thing that I like with our company is technology. We're so technology driven now. I can have the app. I have the app on my phone, and I can say you're looking at a house with a client, and you need that pre-qual letter. If I'm at Disneyland, I can send you that pre-qual letter from my phone, and I have all that information in there. I can lock rates. I can do pretty much anything. I'm remote these days, so that's cool. I miss a little bit of the personal touch the way it used to be, where you'd sit down and do things, but I certainly like the convenience of all the technology these days. As far as programs go, it's almost what program we don't have. I mean, we have everything. There's no reason that somebody shouldn't be able to get a positive answer from us about, getting a mortgage. I might not say, okay, you're ready to close, but at least I can put you on a road to homeownership and get them where they need to be going in order to buy the house. We have down payment assistance. We have low down payment on conventional, 3% down. FHA, that's for people with the conventional with 3% down is people with good credit or excellent credit. FHA for maybe not so great credit and higher debt to income ratios, and that's 3.5% down. And we go down quite a bit to a lower credit score. I don't particularly like to go that low because there's always something else that goes along with that as far as a problem, but we do work with lower credit scores. What else?
Yeah, well, when there's challenges, right? There's challenges inside of, that's why your credit is so important.
Oh, definitely.
That is why you have, like you, John, that can really prepare someone. If you are looking to purchase a home, I mean, the first thing people do most of the time is they call a realtor. Well, then we have a conversation as to where they are inside of the lending process, because that is really truly the first step. We want to make sure that when we're working with a buyer, with a purchaser, that we are within that budget, because at the end of the day, it's budgeting. It's really
right.
What works for you and your family.
Right.
And you provide that information. And that is so valuable for us as realtors and for the general consumer that's looking to buy a home.
Right.
It really sets those expectations.
I'm doing everything I can to change that from call your realtor to call a loan officer. Call a local loan officer, somebody that you can actually see, not somebody that's in a call center in Detroit, like some of those big box lenders. Or even when you're at your local bank, you think that you're getting a mortgage from your bank. You're really not. You're getting a mortgage from the mortgage division that the bank happens to own. So they don't really know anything about you, just like a local loan officer doesn't. But we're going to get that story from you and understand your whole financial picture and tailor make something that fits just for you. And, you know, we care about your community. You're going to see the Kelso Group on the back of your, you know, kid's baseball shirt. You're not going to see that with a big box lender.
That is true, and it's so important to have those partnerships, to have those people that are text away like you, that are easily accessible and that show up for closing, right?
True.
That attend closing, because it makes a difference. Everything that we do, yes, there's so many things that are technology driven, right? That are, no kidding, like you were sharing.
For sure.
However, at the end of the day, though, we still have people that are data entering the locked in interest rate to produce the documents, and sometimes mistakes are made. And it makes such a difference in the closing room if there's just a minor error, when the loan officer, when you're sitting right there to make the phone call internally to say, we need to get this fixed.
Exactly.
So it's priceless.
That happened to me today.
Yeah, there you go. It's priceless to have that. So what are the things that, you know, name a couple of things that, I know everything is online. They can jump online to apply for a loan. That's the beauty of this. I mean, it could be Sunday at midnight. If you want to apply for a loan, go to John's website, right?
I'll probably answer the phone.
Right, that's true. Now, but what are the few things that they should expect to provide you to obtain that pre-approval?
So first off, you know, give me a call. We'll go over the particulars a little bit. I will text you or email you the application link to the app. If you have a realtor already, I will get that set up to where the realtor is co-branded with me on that. So they will be getting the information throughout the process, just like the borrower will be. They have a choice to upload their documents, or they can scan them and send them to me, and I'll upload them for them. It's almost like that, remember that set it and forget it brand item that they used to have? It's almost that easy these days.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. So what do you think, you know, the Kelso Group, first of all, we love the TikToks. If you're not following them, follow them on social media. But what makes NRL, what makes the Kelso Group stand out? I know you're technology forward, but there's so much more to who you are for the community.
Well, it took me a long time to find a group of people that I halfway liked in this industry. I'd like to say that I'm definitely not your grandfather's mortgage banker. I tend to think with my right brain as well as my left brain, so I'm just not the numbers person. I'm also fun. I tell people I put the fun in funding. I'm somebody you'd want to go have a cocktail with after closing.
As well as
but our whole group is like that. You know, in our offices, we have fun parties all the time. You know, we are always wanting the local people to come to our office. Realtors are welcome to come to our office and make that kind of their respite, you know, place to stop in. You know, go to the powder room, have a refreshment, whatever. We're just different. We're fun. Like I said, we definitely put the fun in funding. But we're also really darn good at what we do.
You really are. Excuse me, you really, really are. How does everyone get a hold of you?
It's easy. I mean, if you Google John Frells, you will see me all over the place. So my phone number is 713-822-0475. That's the easiest way to find me. Like I said, you can Google me. You can go to johnfrells.com, which is my personal webpage, but then the application links to the NRL site as well to fill out the application. But like I said, if you call me, I'm going to answer. So I'm there. I'm not that Monday through Friday guy. I'm like this 24/7 guy.
He really is. And you'll find him as well on Houston Heights Foodies Group. So definitely follow him there.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of our great resources for foodies in the Heights.
I get a lot of business just from telling people where to eat.
That is true. Thank you, everyone, and we'll be right back from this commercial break.
I was recently asked what it means to be a family lawyer. What is family law? Family law is not just about divorce or custody or child support. Family law is about your life. As a family lawyer, I protect your children, your wealth, your future. I don't do this alone. As your attorney, we work as a team to determine your goals and priorities and provide a strategy in an often complex, painful, and confusing time. Whether it's asset protection through pre- or post-marital agreements or fighting to protect your children, I'm here to help. My team and I bring decades of combined experience to support you and your family in all aspects of family and wealth planning, from estate and legacy planning to divorce and child custody issues to representation in complex litigation cases. Take a decisive step. We're here when you're ready. Remember, it's about your life.
According to the FBI, a robbery occurs every 13 seconds. Homes and businesses without a reliable security system are 300% more likely to be burglarized. Alert 360 provides custom-tailored rock-solid security solutions to residential and commercial customers. Whether it's home security, fire and carbon monoxide detection, flood protection, connected senior care, managed video surveillance solutions, 24/7 alarm monitoring, and life safety, Alert 360 is your ideal solution. In addition, Alert 360 has smart home and business integrations like access control and video shield for a complete peace of mind, protecting what matters the most and reducing energy costs with our top-of-the-line automatic scheduling functions. Alert 360 offers security services discounts to military personnel, veterans, first responders, educators, and hospital personnel. Don't be a victim. Take a strong step today. Call Rosana Torres at 832-863-8574 for your free consultation.
Are you a business owner feeling overwhelmed or burnt out with no energy left for what's most important to you? In order to effectively run your business and maximize your profits, you have got to be the best possible you that you can be. Now is the time to reclaim your energy, master your schedule, and maximize your profits so you can effectively run your business rather than it running you. It's time to become the CEO of your business and life. I'm Jen Godet, a business strategist and life coach. I work with overwhelmed business owners who feel stuck in a rut and depleted. I teach you how to stop doing the things that aren't making you money and start prioritizing the things that bring you energy, joy, and lasting impact. I'm a human performance specialist and an international best-selling author. I've helped countless people all over the world to learn the art of saying no, overcome their fear, and maximize their performance. Let's get you to live your best possible reality. Start today and become the CEO of your business and your life.
Welcome back to Your Personal Real Estate. Michelle Briggs here. I am with Tim Bowman. He is an insurance agent with Farmers. How are you doing, Tim?
I'm doing wonderful, Michelle. How are you doing today? Thanks for having me on.
I am so great, and thank you so much for being with you. I thank all of my guests because we know how important time is, and you being with us and taking time out of your busy day is appreciated so much. So today, there's so much about homeowners insurance. People call it hazard insurance as well, right?
That is correct.
There's so many pieces to it. But first, let's start off with you telling us about you and Farmers.
Absolutely. So, been in insurance going on about 10 years now. My father and I actually own the agency. We got an agency in Houston. We got an agency down in Galveston as well, servicing all over the Texas area, from coastal exposures right in the city, San Antonio, Dallas, really all over the great state of Texas. My lovely mother works for us as well. So we're very much a family-run shop. And we do have a full staff of about 5 licensed individuals able to help out with quotes, service calls, transfers, pretty much everything you could possibly imagine. We like to treat ourselves as a one-stop shop and really tend to put the customer first whenever it comes down to everything.
Well, you definitely do that, and you have been very much a resource for me, and I appreciate you. And you're a recent dad, so we have a new farmer's agent coming?
That is correct. We've actually already got her in her classes to study for the exam. I don't think you can technically start too early, so doesn't quite know how to walk or talk yet, but she does know what a 1% deductible is. So we're on a good path.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so talk a little bit about homeowners insurance. Now, when you're working with a new homeowner that doesn't understand the process and what they're looking at, what are the most common questions? So talk a little bit about what that looks like and what is homeowners insurance and what does it do?
Definitely. I think there's a big common misconception with homeowners insurance and not covering, whenever you have to have a claim. And a lot of that has to do with the education of what you have. And a lot of it just has to do with kind of the policy. Several different policies out there, from a named peril, which is just going to cover you for, XYZ, whatever it states in the policy, all the way up to an open peril or special cause of loss that we call, that's going to pretty much cover you for everything under the sun. So, like I mentioned earlier, we pride ourselves on our customer service. We definitely can't control the rates. We do have a few carriers we work with under the Farmers umbrella, if you will, but at the end of the day, we can't pick a premium and pick a coverage and go with that. So when we're dealing with new homeowners, we always like to educate them on what it is. Homeowners coverage comes with everything from home to personal property to liability. That first line on your insurance is going to be your coverage A. That's going to be your dwelling. That's going to be the cost to rebuild that home. Right now we're in a market where that cost is going up every single year. I think we used to be in a situation where you could have a home insured at $350,000 and it was going to stay insured at $350,000 for 5-10 years. And now with inflation, cost of materials, the exposure to the natural disasters we have here, they're always changing. So coverage A is going to be the physical structure of your home. Usually lines up with the loan value, never covers land, which is a thing that I always like to tell people. Even if your house burns to the ground, your land's always going to be there. So sometimes the purchase price and the home coverage doesn't always line up. Coverage B is going to be your separate structures, guest house, pool houses, pool equipment, pools in general, detached garages, anything not attached to that structure. Could even be a little she shed in the backyard. I think everybody's seen those commercials talking about the she shed that burned down. So any separate structure on property is going to be covered through that. Coverage C is going to be what's called your personal property. And the easiest way to explain that, if you were to pick that house up, flip it upside down and dump it out, everything that falls out is going to be covered under that coverage C, your personal property. Coverage D, loss of use, also known as additional living expenses, probably going to be one of the most important coverages out there that people don't realize. I'll go back to the freeze 2 years ago. This coverage was key. Plumbers were tied up, contractors were tied up, people couldn't turn their water back on, but they had to live somewhere, they had to eat. So going to a hotel, the money you spend on your dinners, your groceries, all that stuff, believe it or not, is covered under your home policy until that home is fixed up to where you can move back in. So very important coverage you don't want to get cut down with and always have. And it does come standard and you can have different limits. It also covers, there's also liability coverage, medical payments, and then where you really get into where you want your home policy to work for you is the optional coverages. In couple instances, stuff like water backup, right? If that sump pump backs up and overflows into your bathrooms, into your kitchens, you got coverage on there to where you don't have to mess with your normal deductible. Service line, let's say the city's got to tear up a power line or a water line and they got to tear up your yard to do it. Normal home insurance isn't going to cover that unless you have that endorsement on there. Even little things like equipment breakdown. You have a lightning strike and it fries out your dishwasher, your refrigerator, your what else am I? What's the other word I'm looking for? Things like that.
It's amazing because I mean, literally, everything that you explained, no one really hears that unless they have a conversation with their insurance agent. And one of the things that is missing is truly having a person to explain those things. So look, we get, and I understand some people don't even want to know. They're just looking at the price.
100%.
Why is this guy a 900? Why is this one 1,000? And why is this one 1,300? Can you talk a little bit and what it looks like as far as comparing truly apples to apples and not apples to oranges?
And every carrier is going to be different, and that's the easiest way I could break that down. Farmers might want to quote a house at $210 a square foot, whereas another carrier might want to quote it at $170 a square foot, right? And exactly like you said, Michelle, people always look at the bottom line.
What makes that different? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no,
what
you're
makes
fine.
that so different?
It's going to be the difference in the premium and the rebuild of your home, right? Some carriers are going to say your home's $310,000 to rebuild. Other carriers are going to say $380,000, and that's all just dependent on their systems. But I think the thing about it is, there's always a price point where it's too good to be true, right? And you see these companies, and I think you see it with businesses all the time, is they come in with these low premiums, they disrupt the market. Next thing you know, 3 years later, they're out of business, right? And so sometimes these carriers can bite off more than they could chew. But at the end of the day, if you're buying based off price, there's always going to be somebody cheaper out there. And a lot of people don't care why it's cheaper. And that agent on the other side of the phone might not say, well, hey, we excluded this coverage and we took away this coverage to get you to this premium. They're going to say, well, hey, I got this premium for $900. So we like to take quotes that people get, have us get our eyes on it, and we'll point it out. And if it's a great policy, I'm the first person to say, hey, that's a great policy. I can't beat that price. Call me next year when you renew. But I also like to be the agent that points out some differences, and I put the ball in their court. And if you say, hey, I enjoy your input, I enjoy the customer service, I'll pay the extra money to get more of the feel I want, then we're your people. And sometimes people are out there trying to save $1, and especially in this economy, I get it. But we might not always be the right agent for those type of people. We like to lead with value and hope the price speaks for itself after that point.
Well, Tim, that is so important, and I do explain that to my clients when they are looking for homeowners insurance. It is not about the price. You really have to look at what you're providing, what the coverage is, because you may want to or may be okay with eliminating something, and that something happens, and then you're paying out of pocket.
100%.
So it's really, really important. You don't know. That's why we have insurance. I'm an advocate of insurance. I pay my flood insurance even though I'm not in a flood zone. It is so important because you don't know what that day is going to happen.
And not only that, you want to have someone that you can trust and you can work with. And I think that's the staple that we put out there. And like I said, at the end of the day, we can't control the rates, but we can try to control everything else. And 9 times out of 10, we find that our customers enjoy that and are open to paying a little bit more sometimes if they want the right coverage and the right personal feel.
Having a personal relationship with your insurance agent and having them a text away.
100%. It's easy. It's the best.
Okay, well, Tim, how does everyone get a hold of you?
Yeah, so we have a couple different ways. Like I mentioned, we have an office in Houston. We have an office down on the lovely island of Galveston. We are the same phone number, 281-370-1000. And that rings into every single phone in our office. So when we pick up the phone, you're not getting a call center, you're not getting an automated service, you're getting somebody in our office. You might get me, you might get Luke, you might get Mary, you might get one of our other employees in there helping to answer the phones and pass it out. And then my email as well. It's tim.l.bowlman, and that's LBOHLMAN at farmersagency.com. Would love to help you guys out for anything. And like I said, whether it's just a, hey, had this policy for 6 years, would love to see if there's anything out there, or hey, could you take a look at this to make sure I got the coverages I need? We are there to help, and like I said, the biggest thing, we answer the phone, and guess what, if we don't, we'll call you right back. But when you call that phone number, you call into our offices, and you call into us, and it's a pretty good feeling and a pretty good reward when we talk to people that are saying, well, I was on hold for an hour and a half, didn't get anywhere, and I called you and you guys picked up on the first ring. So again, one thing we pride ourselves in.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tim, for being here. And everyone, will be right back after this commercial break.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Hey, Lily says AT&T's giving everyone their best deals.
Minus the air quotes.
Best deals.
No need to wink. Others say they give everyone a deal, but not everyone gets the best deal.
Told you, the best deals are for everyone here, with a choice of plans.
You were right.
Is she always right?
Always.
At AT&T, we give everyone our best deals on every smartphone.
If you have the perfect health insurance plan and you don't want to save any money, you might want to stop listening now. However, if you are like the rest of us who know that the #1 cause of bankruptcy is unexpected medical costs due to subpar coverage, you really want to listen closely. Even if you owe 20% of your medical costs for a large claim, like cancer or a bad accident, it will wipe out the wealth you have worked for your entire career. That's why when it comes to choosing health insurance, it's important to get the right coverage for you and your family. I'm April Clark with Clark Health Insurance. My mission and passion is to simplify the process for small business owners, families, and self-employed individuals. Protect your health and start saving money on your insurance today.
The tax and bookkeeping team is key to any successful business. At Gunderson's Bookkeeping, our passion is to help small business owners grow, be profitable, and to prosper. We specialize in supporting small to mid-sized business owners who want to hire a full-time or even a part-time bookkeeper, but just do not have the funds. In addition, we free business owners from the tedious tasks of bookkeeping and help them focus on their business operations, their growth, and profitability. Gunderson's Bookkeeping is your business solutions partner offering a broad range of services to meet the needs of our clients. A profitable business needs accurate and reliable books, so take a strong step and call us today for your personal, no-risk consultation.
Welcome back, everyone. I am here with Austin Went. He's an account manager with Surface Roofing. How are you doing today, Austin?
I'm doing great, Michelle. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm glad that you are here. Now, roofing in Houston, roofing in Texas, and other parts of the country. However, when we look at the life of a roof and it's the composition for 30 years, it's really not, right?
That's right.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But first, let's start with you telling us about you and about Surface Roofing.
Yeah, so Surface Roofing has been around since 2017. We're located in Katy, out in West Houston. We service the entire Houston metro area, and then also we have people in Central Texas that work from Austin all the way down to San Antonio, and then we have people up in the College Station area as well. So we've got a pretty spread out company. And we can handle everything from small, minor roof repairs that are needed all the way up to full roof replacements.
Well, I have seen many pictures. We recently, in fact, Surface Roofing just completed the Fort Bend Association of Realtors roofing, and he sent me a picture of that. It was really great to see that you, Austin, Surface Roofing, definitely takes care of the realtors and homeowners, but also, are the people that manage us and assist us with educating who we are every day. So I appreciate that. Now, tell us a little bit, what's different about Surface Roofing?
So we're a small company. Kind of one of the selling points I like to tell homeowners is that when you contact Surface Roofing, you're going to contact one of the account managers, and you're going to deal with us from the very beginning of the job all the way to the very end completion of the job. So we're actually the first person that you meet, the last person you see on the job. So you don't have to call a number, deal with a salesperson, and then deal with the project manager. You're dealing with the same person the whole way through. And then we also, we give you our honest opinion. We're not out there just to try to sell you a new roof, although we'd always love to. If it's not the best interest of the homeowner, that's not the direction we're going to kind of steer you towards.
Right. Well, we definitely appreciate that. Now, when you see, well, as my clients, I know I've personally called you and said, please come out and take a look at this roof during our option period and give us your professional opinion. Now, that's something that you do complimentary, correct?
That's correct. All of our inspections are complimentary.
And that gives us, and you provide a report. Tell us a little bit about what that looks like.
Yeah, so what we do is we go out, we try to get on the roof. If we are able to safely get on the roof, we get on the roof ourselves. We'll go around, we'll take pictures, show them to the homeowner or the realtor, and then see if there's any storm damage, whether we recommend just minor repairs or if we recommend the roof getting replaced. We have a drone if needed, but we try to use that for inspections that are typically not safe to get on the roof at that time. But we do our best every time to get on the roof, put feet on the roof, because you're able to tell a lot more about the roof when you're on it.
Exactly. So what are the most common issues that you find when you're doing a roof inspection, or really what the most, or maybe like misconceptions of life of roofs in the Houston market? That's true. A lot of people think that there's a term on the street that a dimensional shingle is a, quote, 30-year shingle. That's not really true. The typical life expectancy in Houston and in Texas is about 15 to 20 years. When we go out to a job, we're looking at the ventilation on the roof to see if that needs to be resealed or not. Most roof leaks occur around a roof penetration, which is a pipe jack, a four-way jack, attic ventilation, things like that. That's typically a fairly minor repair. We can do that and get it done in about 30 minutes. Granular loss is another thing that we see. That's when you start to see the shiny fiberglass underneath starting to show through. That's when, as the roof ages, those granulars start to wear off with weather. So that's kind of when it's time to start considering replacing the roof. Right, and also we hear flashing a lot. Chimneys, right? That's one of the culprits for flashing, and explain what that means. Yeah, so flashing is what you'll see a lot. When they're installed, they're just using nails to nail that flashing. With the temperature variations, those nails like to pop over time. We'll go in and we'll add more nails, reseal all of the nails. And then around chimneys, they use the same kind of flashing. And then there's some chimneys on the back side of the chimney. You need to have what's called a cricket installed that kind of will divert the water away from the back side of the chimney instead of the water building up in the back, and it's an easy way for water to enter the home. Right. So why do our composition shingles, and correct me if I'm wrong, why do they say 30 years when it's really only 15, 20? And for example, it's really not just Houston. It's places that have the weather that we do as far as the sun, the heat, or explain a little bit more about that. Yeah, the 30-year term, I think, was created back in the day. It was created when they were testing these shingles in a sterile environment. When you encounter wind, heat, hail, rain, that definitely brings the life expectancy down on those roofs. Right, you're losing the integrity of it. Correct. When you first put it down. Now, what type of different shingles, what type of different roofs do you provide? Yeah, so the standard shingle we do is a dimensional shingle, class 2. But what we like to do is there's a manufacturer we use, it's called ICO. One of their shingles, the Dynasty line, is a class 3 impact resistant shingle. That's typically the shingle that we'll install on the homeowner's home for their new roof. It's a free upgrade. It's impact resistant and has a higher wind rating. So that's kind of one of the things that helps the homeowner, knowing that gives them a little bit more peace of mind, knowing they're going to have a class 3 shingle. It also can help with your insurance rates. Once we send over the certificate of completion to your insurance, proving that it's a class 3 shingle, you're possibly able to get a discount on your insurance. So I have one more question for you. So what do we do with the companies or the individuals and their team members, clearly, of this roofing company, and there was a little hail that came through one day, and next thing you know, we're getting 3 people knocking on our door telling us that we have hail damage. What do we say to them? What do we do? We just tell them, no, thank you, we're going to call Austin? That's an option. It's good to have a roofer that you can trust, because they can always pull pictures from another roof and you're not able to tell where that picture came from. Integrity is really big on our part, because I can tell you basically whatever you want to hear. So we try to be, we're as trustworthy. Integrity is the name of the game for our company. So, because I've heard a lot of stories from different companies coming by, and they'll sell somebody a bill of goods, and you ask them, what do you think that means, what you were told, like a lifetime warranty? Well, that's not what you expect it to be when you're actually have an issue. When the shingle manufacturer is not there, or the company is not responding,
it can come back to bite you. So, hire a roofer that you trust.
And that and that you can call and answers the phone. I mean, Austin is a text away, and you can kind of see through, our segments. It's really important to have those relationships with businesses like this and people that do have a level of integrity and have that, and that are trustworthy, because roofing is not inexpensive, and it can quickly be something, depending on when you purchase your home, if it's going to be something that you're looking at within the first 5 years or something that you can extend out 10 to 15. So one more final thing for you. How do we get a hold of you?
Yeah, you can contact me on my cell. It's 432-853-6176. My email is austin@surfaceroofing.com. And then we have all of our other account managers and our owner on our website, surfaceroofing.com.
Thank you so much again, Austin, for being here, and everyone will be right back after this commercial break.
Working through the legal system is challenging and risky, especially if you don't have the right attorney at your side. Hi, my name is Sonia Aston, and I'm an attorney with over 30 years of experience. I've helped small and medium-sized businesses and business owners to make sure that their legal rights and interests are protected. As general counsel for you and your organization, I can draft and review solid contracts, minimize the risk of litigation, review and prepare comprehensive business succession plans, or help you navigate your company with the local, state, and federal government. Take a decisive step today. I'm here to make sure your legal rights are protected and you have a peace of mind that you deserve.
Hola mi gente bella, soy Saralina Cerón y quiero invitarte para que participes en la segunda edición del Congreso Internacional de Bienestar y Belleza el próximo 2 y 3 de abril en el Centro de Convenciones de Pasadena en Houston, Texas. Expertos en la salud y belleza de otros países se reunirán en nuestra ciudad para enseñarte cómo cuidar la vitalidad de tu cuerpo y tu belleza. Si quieres participar en la Expo Wellness Latino, aún puedes reservar un stand para promocionar tu producto o servicios. Ahí podrás encontrar proveedores de la más alta calidad. Con tu aporte ayudarás a que pacientes con escasos recursos económicos que han sido diagnosticados con cáncer, ansiedad, depresión, dolor crónico y de la tercera edad tengan acceso gratuito a terapias musculares y holísticas. La misión de Liz Wellness es la organización a la cual pertenezco para llevar bienestar y alivio a los más necesitados. Para más información, entra a nuestra página web www.congresolatinousa.com o escribe un mensaje de texto vía WhatsApp al 832-856-5074. Recuerda, soy Saralina Cerón, CEO de la Fundación Liz Wellness y directora del Congreso Latino USA.
Welcome back to Your Personal Real Estate. I'm your host, Michelle Briggs, and we're continuing today with Ali Quiros. He is the owner of Quiros Inspections. How are you doing today, Ali?
Hey Michelle, how's it going? Thank you for having me.
No, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, inspections, home inspections are very important. There's a specific point in the process of when you are under contract for a homeowner and when you want to have that home inspection complete. Now we're going to get into that, but I first want everyone to learn more about you and about Quiros. What's your why?
All right, so again, I'm Ali. I'm owner-operator of Quiros Inspections, and we specialize in completed residential units. We service Houston and the surrounding areas. I started this business roughly about 6 years ago. And as far as why I got started, and my why is kind of a combined answer. In 2004, I bought my first home. I was roughly 20 years old, and I didn't know anything about how to buy a home, how to purchase a home. I thought it was just one owner to the other, and that was it. So when I put in an offer, it was accepted. I got the home inspection. I didn't even open the home inspection report. That's how new I was to the real estate game. And so I didn't know the importance of it. So, fast forward a couple months, I found myself having foundation issues, roof issues, and kind of rebuilding the home from the inside out, tearing down drywall, doing plumbing. And the reason I do this now is because I don't want people to make the same mistake I did. I want them to understand what they're buying, what they're purchasing, to make the best decision possible for them, for themselves and their families.
Well, Ali, I know that you have done many inspections for me, and I appreciate your level of work and the detail that you have. Now, what does a home inspector do? And when someone says, why do I need my home inspected when I'm purchasing a home? Talk a little bit about exactly what you do and what their expectations of a home inspection really should be.
Okay. Whenever we go into a home, we're looking for two primary things. We're looking for any structural or safety defects, anything that can jeopardize the safety of the general public. Of course, we're looking at many, many other things. We kind of refer to ourselves as generalists. So we basically look at all aspects of the home, and after inspecting the home, we then determine whether you need to seek further professional advice, whether it be from a roofer, HVAC company, plumbing company, and we just kind of do a quick overall synopsis or overview of the home so you can have a general overview of the general condition of the property.
Right, and I know for a fact that you have a device. There's many devices that you have inside your inspection. Yes. I don't know them all, but I know that you have one that plugs into an outlet, and you check every single outlet. Does everyone do that, or is that just you?
Correct. So the Texas Real Estate Commission has put forth an SOP for inspectors, and it only requires inspectors to test a representative amount of light fixtures, windows, doors, etc. It never states how many, it just says representative. But with Quiros Inspections, we make every effort to test every accessible outlet, window, fixture, just to try to get the best information out of that home to then intern it to the client.
Well, electricity, electrical is falls under that safety issue. I mean, there are some things that you want to really look at when you have your final inspection report. Your realtor is not I'm not a contractor. Mm-hmm. I'm not an electrician. I'm not a plumber. However, we want to identify inside of the inspection report things that could be potential issues, costly safety issues, and we want to, at that point, then we need to look at and say, do we need to have an electrician come out and take a look at it? Do we need an AC inspection completed? Do we need a roof inspection, right, with Austin? But yes. You have to look at that inspection report, and as an individual, your realtor should be going over that with you. However, you have to allow us the grace, because we are not that. We will connect you or provide names and companies for you to have additional inspections completed that's needed. But we really look to Ali, we look to Quiros, we look to home inspectors to tell us what they feel the condition of the home is, right? And that's where you come in, and the report. Now tell us a little bit about your report.
So the report is basically a document that just outlines all the defects that we find in the home. The report can be at times lengthy, at least our reports can be, but you got to understand that a home has so many systems and components that we're looking at, and since we test every single accessible component, all the information that's present doesn't necessarily mean that the house is a bad purchase. It just means that we're trying to give you as much of the data that we've collected through our 3 hours or 4 hours, that what be it at the property, just to ensure that you make the best decision possible to move forward in that home purchase transaction or not.
Right. So when you were talking, when there are things inside of the inspection report that may be minor, it may be a landscaping item, it may be an electrical outlet that is just that outlet and everything else seems to be fine. You've checked the electrical panel, everything seems to be working effectively, efficiently. It may be those little things that don't be scared of your inspection report. Really look at it. And I know working with Ali, I know that we can reach out to you and give you a call if there's something that's not clear inside of that inspection report to help us better understand, and my client, the potential homeowner, to better understand what we're looking at, right?
Correct. Typically, every home inspector should have their license number and contact information at the forefront of the report. And I know the report, as stated before, may be a bit lengthy, but we always provide an overall snapshot of the more critical items in the body of the email, so you can actually focus on those rather than focus on the little things like paint defects or maybe a piece of trim board that was out of place. So again, we just want to focus on structural and safety related issues, which can give you power for negotiation.
Yes, very much so. So, Ali, how do we get a hold of you? And well, let me ask this really quick. So when I reach out, or when someone reaches out for a home inspection, I invite realtors watching this show to have a conversation, learn more about Ali. What is your average turn time when we text or call looking for an inspection on a home we just went under contract with?
Correct. So I'm very expedient about returning a call or a text or an email. I'm always attentive to that thing, even though I may be inside of an attic or under a home in a crawl space. Once I hear my phone ring, I make time to kind of step aside, take the phone call real quick, and see if it's a customer that needs assistance, either understanding the report or putting in a new appointment for an inspection. But and if I can't exactly tackle that at that moment in time, I will definitely set time aside later on that day to help my clients. And as far as reporting, we do reporting within 24 hours, or more than likely within the same day. So we're not the holdup in the transaction.
Well, thank you for everything that you do. And also, there's a military, tell us a little bit really quickly, we're almost done here, but really quickly, you have a military, tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, ma'am. So we're veteran operated, and we pay respects to the veterans and first responders. So we have what's called a year-round veteran-to-veteran and first responder discount. That's 10% off of a standard home inspection. And again, these are not on observed days like Veterans Day or Memorial Day. This is year-round. So it's good to take advantage of that as well.
Well, thank you for your service, and thank you for being here with us today. And everyone will be right back after this commercial break.
Thank you.
Según el FBI, un robo ocurre cada 13 segundos. Los hogares y negocios sin un sistema de seguridad confiable tienen 300% más de probabilidades de ser robados. Alert 360 proporciona soluciones de seguridad sólidas y personalizadas a clientes residenciales y comerciales, ya sea seguridad en el hogar, detección de incendios y monóxido de carbono, protección contra inundaciones, atención conectada para personas mayores, soluciones de vigilancia administradas por video, monitoreo de alarma las 24 horas al día, 7 días a la semana y seguridad de personas. Alert 360 es su solución ideal. Además, Alert 360 tiene integraciones inteligentes para el hogar y el negocio, para una total tranquilidad, protegiendo lo más importante y reduciendo los costos de energía con nuestras funciones de programación automática de primera línea. Alert 360 ofrece descuentos en servicios de seguridad a personal militar, veteranos, primeros respondientes, educadores y personal hospitalario. No seas víctima, da un paso fuerte hoy. Llame a Rosana Torres al 832-863-8574 para su consulta gratuita.
Hi there, this is Matthew Paul, CEO of Mayana Financial, where we'll help you live in the black and set up your financial future. You, as a business owner, is running your business and should not be worrying about your upcoming payroll or other expenses. You, as a family or individual, made a lot of money last year but trying to figure out where everything went. And that's where we come and help you. We are financial coaches and registered financial advisors, where we sit with you, create a budget, and ensure that your high interest debt is paid off and plan for your upcoming expenses. In your business, we will help you understand where the money is going and create a plan so you don't have to borrow at a high interest debt. We come across and help you to attain your financial future. So if you need to learn more about us, you can reach us at 281-435-1888. Again, I am Matthew Paul, CEO of Mayana Financial, where we help you live in the black and set up your financial future.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I want to thank John Frells for being with us, Austin Wendt, Ali Quiros, and everyone. This show, we want this to be your guide to the real estate market. Stay tuned for more episodes Thursday at 5 p.m. Thank you for joining us today. Have a great evening. If you're looking to buy or sell your home, give me a call. I'm Michelle Briggs, and this is Your Personal Real Estate.
This has been a Now Media television feature presentation. All rights reserved.
Stop and think. How often do you take the time to set goals? And when you set those goals, how often do you hit them? The problem is the word goal setting. We all have goals, but goals are just wishes. Goals are what we want. What we really need is called result setting. My name is Katrin Becker, and what I do is create tailor-made result plans that ensure people will hit their targets. If you are committed for real results, let's chat and see which program is right for you and your team. Goals are just what we want, but together, results are what we will achieve.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
Hi, my name is Elias Basabe, founder of Little Maria's Cafe Restaurant in West Houston, located in 2901 Wilkers Drive, Suite 137, first floor. Here you will find a family-friendly and relaxed environment where you can enjoy a delicious homemade breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We know you need to get to work fast, and we want you to enjoy a tasty, quality, and healthy homemade food. So come and visit us for a great nutritious meal at an affordable price. We specialize in tasty breakfasts, deli sandwiches, fish, even barbecue cookouts. Little Maria's Cafe has it all. We only use the great quality of Boar's Head meats and products. Just like you, we love to get you up early. Little Maria's Cafe is open from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can dine in with us during breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or we can have it ready for you for pickup. Visit us today on the first floor